Doing my little series on English Bible versions evaluated in 5 minutes. This time we're looking at the ESV 2001, which espouses essentially literal translation, and it has distinguished editors, and it uses the majority text, so these are good factors in its favor. And Grudem has a YouTube talk on essentially literal Bible translation and the ESV. He says that inspiration of the Bible means every word. So a translator should not only ask, have I translated correctly the meaning of this sentence, but have I translated the meaning of each word? So he makes a big thing of that. Is quite important. So here we see a couple of examples. The word "the sword" has been left out by a version like the New Living Translation, which simply says you will be punished. So Grudem says this verse, as given in the New Living Translation and other modern translations, can't be used to justify capital punishment. And in Proverbs 13:24, the rod disappears. You see the word rod doesn't occur in this NLT translation. So Grudem says we can't use it to justify capital punishment. There you go. So now I looked at a few expressions and verses, and the first one is the expression stiff-necked. This is a literal rendering of a Hebrew idiom that appears in English versions from the King James Version to the ESV. I asked 3 native speakers of English what they understood it to mean. 2 of them said it means stiffness in the neck, a physical problem. One said it means snooty. In Hebrew, it means stubborn. So in that case, the word-for-word translation didn't do very well. Let's look at this particular example. Kai hapax kai dis, word for word, and once and twice. This expression occurs twice in Paul's letters. In Philippians 4:16, the ESV translates it once and again. I asked a well-educated native speaker of English what she took that phrase to mean. She said it simply isn't English. So I asked her again to guess what it might mean. She said it must mean once again. Why didn't the ESV simply say that? The second occurrence of the expression is found in 1 Thessalonians 2:18. Here the ESV translates it again and again, which is a good translation, clear to an English speaker. However, their principle, the ESV principle of representing each word, has been dropped since there is nothing to show for the kai at the beginning. Or we could say if they are still actually following their principle, they've applied it so freely that the resultant translation turns out to be exactly what you get when using some of the freer methods that Grudem doesn't like. So we see here inconsistency in the ESV, since an expression that occurred just twice is translated in 2 different ways. We can maybe excuse inconsistency and translate and done in pre-computer ages, but now we have great tools for enabling consistency. And surely consistency is a key requirement for the Bible student. There's the word behold, and there's 1 Timothy 2:12, which in the NIV says, I do not permit a woman to assume authority over a man. Grudem says this allows a woman to say, I didn't assume authority, the elders gave it to me. But it seems the issue has aroused some oversensitivity. I have to conclude that the ESV ties itself to a principle that sounds good, essentially literal translation, but even where they manage to follow this, the results are debatable. In short, I don't recommend the ESV. In future videos, I will continue my quest for good, clear, accurate, modern translations of the Bible in English. Thank you.